With 2 days to go, thousands of runners, spectators and supporters head to the capital for the 45th London Marathon. We'll hear memories of the first one.
Now, it's 50 years since the UK bar on female marathon runners participating in races was lifted, and 44 years since around 300 women competed in the first London Marathon. It was seen by many as a watershed moment when it came to changing attitudes to long-distance female runners. Matt Graveling has been speaking to Jean Coker, one of the women who competed in the 1981 marathon, about the obstacles she faced.
44 years ago, around 7,000 runners became part of history. On Sunday, the London Marathon will host 57,000 people. 45% of these will be women. But in 1981, the female field was just 4%, some of whom were interviewed on a bus ahead of the race.
I should be quite happy at the halfway stage. It's getting into the Isle of Dogs, I think, and in the middle of no man's land on that strip.
Jean Coker was one of around 300 women who signed up.
Do you want a really funny story?
Please.
Right. So they'd arranged for all of us to go to various places. And they'd really basically forgotten there were women in the races. So we got to Charing Cross, and they hadn't unlocked the women's toilets. And that is a big issue before a race.
Jean's anecdote helps reflect some of the attitude women runners faced at the time. In fact, until 1975, women were only allowed in races up to a maximum of 6,000 metres, which is less than 4 miles.
She's bettered it. She's bettered it.
However, 11 years earlier, Scottish runner Dale Gregg had defied these rules, attending a men's marathon and running the course.
Do you think it's right that girls should take part in these long-distance races with men?
I don't say they should run with men, but I say that if women want to run, they should be allowed to run.
3 years later in America, another defining moment. Catherine Zvitzer registered for the Boston Marathon using just her initials. When officials realised a woman was running, they did their best to intervene, but Catherine completed the race.
Women had been involved in track and field athletics since the 1920s. But road running, they'd only really started to get involved in the mid-1970s.
How do you feel when you look at your medal now?
I wish I could do it again, but I can't. I haven't done many great things in my life, but running the London Marathon, it was a great thing to have done.
Matt Graveling, BBC London.